Hi, today I would like to talk about one of my submachine guns, my krytac Kriss Vector AEG. I have got this thing for over a year now, coming on 2 years. I've used it in 4 or 5 games, both indoor and outside. Um, and I would like to talk about what I think about it. It's been out, it's a gun that's been out for, coming up on 10 years actually, I believe. I think it came out in 2016, the AEG version did. I bought it on sale for about $415 on Evike, brand new. They usually retail for about $489 these days as of 2024. Um, and yeah, it's quite an expensive gun. It's more of a, yeah, it's a pretty unique gun, obviously. It's a pretty sought after gun, I think. It's been one of my guns that I've really wanted for the longest of times. I got it last year. Anyways, so what I think about this thing. For the price, truly it is the performance. If you're looking for performance, it's truly not worth it. For nearly $500, you can absolutely find something better. That being said, it's still a good gun. It still performs. It still performs adequately. It's maybe even I would say it's a pretty good gun performance just overall. It shoots fast, shoots about 1,100 rounds a minute with an 11.1 LiPo, 20C 11.1 LiPo, which is pretty fast. And you get a Vector. I want a gun that shoots really fast, and this thing does deliver in that regard. I purposely bought the lower powered version. Mine shoots about 290 feet per second with a .2, which is roughly 0.8 joules. I'm personally okay with that. Some people aren't. Some people would not be. So you can also buy a higher powered version. I think that shoots closer to 400, if not maybe closer to 350 FPS. But again, a submachine gun, I personally use my subs for mostly indoors and close range stuff outside. So anyways, I'm perfectly happy with the FPS that it shoots. Its range is roughly 120 feet accurately, I would say, and that's out of the box. I haven't done any upgrades to mine. It performs adequately for what I use it for. So 120 feet accurately. It could shoot a little bit further with that than that, but the accuracy really drops off after about 120 feet. So take that. You could probably upgrade this thing. Disassembly, I know, involves just taking out these pins that are located around the receiver. You might not be able to see it given the lighting, but there's several pins here. I haven't done it yet. Hopefully I never have to. But you can take this in the upper, or should I say more so the rear of the gun separates in this top half. The fire selector will separate from this part, this bulky mag well. And then the gearbox, of course, is in this part of the gun right here. It's a very awkwardly shaped gun. It's part of the draw to it, I think. It's a space age-esque kind of gun, very futuristic. The hop up, you pull the charging handle back. It's quite a satisfying charging handle. It makes a nice sound when you rack it. Doesn't lock or anything, but the prop up is a metal rotary style hop up, which is a really nice hop up. It hops 2 5s. It hops 2 5s with no problem. I usually run 2s in it, just considering the ranges I use this thing at. 2 3s even sometimes, but 2 5s it can hop, and you can get a little bit more range out of the heavier BBs. It doesn't really do anything heavier than 2 5s though, out of the box. Taking the flash hider off, mine was not super difficult. I've heard some people have some difficulty with it, but it wasn't super difficult. And of course, it could take any standard negative threads as a negative thread. So, take any of those your standard suppressors and so forth, and then, muzzle devices. Iron sights. It does come with iron sights. They're the krytac ones that come on the other krytac rifles. Nice iron sights. I leave them on just for backups. I do like to run a sight on it. Stock folds and can become really compact. I mean, super compact. The only thing I think I have that's smaller than this with the stock folded might be my MP5K. But I typically don't run with the stock folded. I think it kind of looks strange, honestly. So I'd like to run it with a stock. I mean, it's short enough. It's a very small gun, even with a stock, or short gun. polymer build quality is exceptional, very much so. I mean, that's really what you're paying for with that $500. You're paying for this build quality of this gun, and in that regard, this gun scores exceptionally. It's almost all polymer. There's some metal parts, like I think the rail is metal. The rails are metal. Some other more important parts are metal, but the polymer is exceptional quality. Stock too. I mean, the stock is really nice. The rubber, actually my apologies, not rubber. This is plastic too. This is not rubber. And then I got an aftermarket grip on mine. But yeah, like I said, it for what it is and what I use the Vector for, it performs exceptionally. The accuracy out of the box is also decent. I mean, you're getting pretty good accuracy. I mean, for the volume of fire that you can lay down with this thing out of the box, the accuracy is more than sufficient. Yeah, I just had a game with this a few weeks ago, actually, an outdoor game, and it was awesome using this thing. I mean, I had so much fun. I mean, a lot of people were coming up to me and asking me about it. That's part of the fun too, of using these cool guns. People asking you questions about it and everything. Getting to talk about it. But yeah, truly, this thing is a really cool airsoft gun and performs adequately. But if you really want to you can make this thing perform way better. Just some upgrade parts to it, some maybe flat hop or better hop might be help. If you want to get some more range out of it, just upgrade the power a little bit. Make sure your compression is pretty good. I haven't noticed any problems with inconsistency with FPS, so I assume the compression is pretty good. It's just running a really weak spring, which is completely fine for what I want out of the Vector. I tried to make it as close to like the Modern Warfare 2, the 2029 Modern Warfare 2 Vector, at least as far as how it performs, which that gun in that game had a really low damage, really fast fire rate, and was pretty accurate. So I got this thing kind of performing kind of like that, or low power, but really fast, and I'm pretty happy with it. So the one problem, and the one practical problem, honestly, the magazines are not good in my opinion. They don't feed. They're spotty. They're feeding. They're not terrible. Had worse, but they're not good. And they're expensive. They're like $30 a piece. So they only hold about 95, which is adequate in my opinion, but still they don't feed tremendously well. And I actually broke the stock magazine. I might have overloaded it, and it just doesn't work anymore. I had to take it apart. So that is one of my gripes about the Vector, honestly. And honestly, probably its biggest downfall is its magazines. So that's it. That's been my kind of discussion on my krytac Vector AEG. I would say I hope to see more of these out there, but they're so expensive, and honestly, I see them not too infrequently. So yeah, I do love the Vectors. I do like taking a look at other people's Vectors and how they got their set up and stuff. So anyways, hope you guys have a good one. Take care.